Hello. So we are going to start at the beginning of Algebra 1, and I want to go over some of the main things that we need to know just kind of as the basics of Algebra 1. So I'm going to be going through, there are, I think it's 6 different sections that we'll be doing, and this is the first one. So here we are going to be solving for the variable, and then there are, like I said, I think there's 6 different, there might be 8. But we'll be doing those and going over how to perform each one of those functions. And then you're going to take this example and you're going to use it to do the rest of the problems. So the keys for these are available. I'm trying to think where they're available. Actually, I will make them available to you. I don't think you have available right now, but I will make those available and I will let you know where they are. But for the moment, I just want to make sure that you understand how to do this stuff. So I'm going to stop for a second, but then I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you information about how to solve the first one. So you have the example right here of something that we've done already, where I've taken negative 5x minus 4 equals 11. And what we did is we need to balance the equation. So the first thing I did was I drew this line, sort of a dotted line down here. And the dotted line is representing where the equal sign is. You can actually see that there are 3 equal signs there. So that's just to help us with the balancing aspect of it. And then we have one side of the equation and we have a second side of the equation. So balancing the equation just means that whatever we do to one side of the equation, we have to do to the second side of the equation. So we need to do the same thing to both sides of the equation. So you'll see that we have to undo the negative 4. So in doing that, we added 4. Because we added 4 here, that meant that we had to add 4 to the other side. Negative 4 plus 4 cancels that out. So that was intentional. The reason that I added 4 was because I wanted to get rid of this negative 4. And then when I added it to the other side, that meant that this is going to change. So this next line here is really just talking about what I'm summarizing what I did in these first 2 lines. So I'm bringing down the negative 5x. The negative 4 plus 4 cancels each other out, so there's nothing here. And then the 11 plus 4 gives me 15. And this line here is sort of like another equal sign, and it's just telling me, okay, I did these things, now I have a summary. And then now that I have this summary, where I have negative 5x equals 15, I have to decide how to undo this negative 5 times x. They're multiplied by each other. So undoing multiplication is actually division. So I divide by negative 5 here, and because I divided by negative 5 on this side of the equal sign, I have to divide by negative 5 on this side of the equal sign. So what that means is the negative 5 divided by negative 5, that cancels out, and that equals 1. So I have 1x. And I'm only just calling it x because it's a little redundant to call it 1x. There's only 1x, and so that's why we just write it as x. And then 15 divided by negative 5 gives me negative 3. So that's how I got this answer for this example. So I'm going to go through and draw this one right now onto the paper, and you can follow along and do that one with me while you're watching the video. So again, in approaching this, really the first thing that I want to do is I want to be putting in a line. I want to be able to see where is this equal sign. So I just want to put it down. Sorry, that got a little crooked. I just want to put that down where I know the equal sign will stay. And then the next thing that I want to do is I want to cancel out this negative 2. Oh, I think I'm going to have to use the mouse. I don't like using my mouse. I'm not very good at it. So this is a negative 2 because I want to cancel out that negative 2. And then I have to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I'm canceling that out. So now on the next line, I'm actually going to do that in a different color. I'm going to cancel that out because 2 minus 2 is 0. I'm going to bring down my 2x. And I'm going to bring down my equal sign. And now 2 minus 2 is 0. So this is actually a really bad example because it's not necessarily, it's not easy, but it's still easy to do because we're going to divide. In fact, I'm going to do that with, I'm going to get rid of that. Whoop, I erased the whole thing. I didn't mean to do that.